Yo, what's up? This your boy Monty G from the Fammission Podcast. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get all access to motivated and inspiring videos on this Fammission Friday. Every Friday, let's get to the podcast. Yo, what's up? This your boy Monty G from the Fammission Podcast, and today we got another special guest. And I ain't gonna hold y'all too much. Come on, man. I'm gonna bring you back to the party. I'm gonna bring him in the party. Hey, last time we tried to get him on the podcast, we had a couple incidents. So we're gonna ask him, man, what was going on with that, man? I think it was. Yo, what's up? This your boy. Go ahead and tell the people your name, where you from, and what you do.
Man, I'm Charles Yammy Bear Jackson. I'm out here. Where I'm from, Chicago, Illinois, but I'm up here in Rochester, Minnesota, out here, Spring Valley, out here in them backyards out here. Okay. And what I do Yammy Bear and family, and we go out to hospitals and stuff like that and bring teddy bears to those who are struggling with the difficulties of life.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. We try to have you on a podcast couple months ago, right? And some incidents happened, and you couldn't make it to the podcast. Man, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. I remember that time. I supposed to come on, and we had to postpone it and everything because I was at my job. I had to go to a meeting there, and I'm riding there, and I text my man, this just it's hit me already. My boss, and told him that I'm gonna be late, and he never did text back. And so I got to the facility where I work at, and there wasn't nobody there but one of my Christian brothers that was working there. And I was about to get ready to go to some other events that I had around about 5:00 that evening, to meet with around about like 50 organizations, nonprofit organizations that this pastor wanted me to come to and introduce myself to them. So while I was at my job, I was getting things ready, and then I told a friend of mine, I said, man, I got another mascot, called Uncle Melvin. He was like, straight up. I said, yeah, I had it for like 2 years. And he was like, man, I said, I got that in my car right now. I can go put the mask on, everything to come in. He started laughing. And so I went out there and went in the parking lot and put everything on. And then I came in, and then me and him started dancing, and stuff and like that. And we started taking pictures. And then some more residents seen me come in and stuff. They want to take pictures and stuff with them and everything. We taking pictures and everything, bro. And after we got done, it was another brother that wanted to take a picture, but he had a teddy bear with him, And another guy was like, hold on, let me take a picture first. So after all that, I went and, put the head off, and I forgot all about taking a picture with the young man, And I put the mask, the head on the table, and I'm like, man, let me go call my wife real quick, and let her know what's going on. I sat on the couch and called her. It was like 30 seconds, and she said, man, I'm about to get ready to go to bed, go to sleep before the kids come. Get off of school. And I'm like, all right, so she's cutting the phone off. So soon I hung up from her, I went straight to Facebook, and soon I pressed the Facebook book logo, I seen my phone drop, and my arms went up like this, and I started floating like this. I think it was like 15 minutes, and then I heard my breath. And so the guy, I didn't know what happened, but it went up like this, and I heard my friend that worked there. He said, man, he just bust CJ in the head, man, with a pipe. And he was like, somebody give me a rag, give me a towel. And he put it on my head, and I'm still like this, and he's like, so he called the dispatch. They told him what was happening. So they said, just put pressure on his head and everything. We got the ambulance coming. And then Willie walked in. He said, man, what happened? He's like, man, dude just hit CJ in the head. And I'm saying people walking past the residents there, like, man, CJ, keep your eyes open, because my eyes was getting low, like it was flickering out. And Willie said, man, I'm about to call your wife. Keep your eyes open. My eyes opened up, but I'm still like this. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. I'm hearing everything. And so then the brother that I was taking a picture with, I seen him going to the door. And because Willie said the ambulance was coming. You know, he was right down the street. So soon the ambulance pulled up to the door. He opened up the door. And then that's when I heard my breath go. And then my whole body slumped on the couch where all the blood was gushing out. And he was like, "What's your name?" I was able to tell him my name, but then he said, "Let me get you on the crutches. Can you get up on the crutches?" I get up on on the bed. They got me on the bed, put the brace on my neck and everything. Man, wheeled me out, and they asked me what kind of medication I was on, and I'm like, "Well, you know, I'm on blood thinners." And he was like, and I told him I had a bone marrow transplant a year, you know, before this had happened, you know. So I was bleeding out, bro, and they got me on down, and then now I can't talk now. I'm like, and everything in my body like twitching and talking, you know. Then I'm like, I forgive him, Lord. I forgive him, Lord. I forgive him, Lord. I forgive him, Lord. You know what I'm saying? While I was on the bed. And I heard Willie in my mind saying, man, I called your wife and I'm trying to tell him she's not going to answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? And so the doctor, the EMT said, you know where you going? I said, no. He said, you know where yet? I said, yeah, I'm in the ambulance. We got down to the hospital. You know where you at? Yeah, I'm in the hospital. So get there. The police said, don't give him no medical attention until we get a statement. So at this time, I can't talk no more. I'm like, and so then I think after a few minutes, whatever, my eyes was going down, and I heard him say, give him medical attention. So I'm hollering and screaming, but I'm about to go down. Then I heard my wife walk through the door and brought me right back to life. She's like, CJ, no, you got to be kidding me. No, no. And I just came back to life because it was like I was about to fade out, you know. Man, I know it, man. Like I said, I tell people, man, he didn't knock me out. He didn't knock me out, but he knocked me out of my body. You know what I'm saying? That no, I didn't go to heaven. I was still here. I was conscious of everything. And then before that breath, before my third breath, a tear fell down my eye. And right now today, I'm still asking God, what was that tear? It's something important about that tear, bro. It's something I'm asking God, what did that tear represent? I don't know, because he was on the cross and he cried. You know what I'm saying? Because of the sins of ours, and that Jesus had to die on the cross. Forgive them for what they don't know, Lord. Forgive that man for what he didn't know. It wasn't against me and him, flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? It was just he was dealing with some demonic spirits. He already said that he wasn't gonna be it. He already said a month before he don't know how to respond out here in the out in society, that he might end up going back. And he shouldn't have had that pump in his room anyway. I knew nothing of no pump being in the facilitator. I mean, in the job, bro. Never seen it. Never heard nobody ask me.
Ain't nobody on bike.
Yeah, it's people that ride bikes, the little motorbikes. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But I never seen no. I never seen it, bro. I can go back to one day I went to his room because his next door neighbor said, CJ, he had it again. And he was banging on the door, banging on the walls. And I go in there. I'm like, man, bro, you cool? You all right? And he's like, yeah, I was just in here killing demons. And I'm like, okay. And he said he had a pump, but I didn't see the pump. So that went way past my head. You know what I'm saying? Because this happened 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? So he already had the pump in his room for whatever he was planning to do, or just killing demons. You know, like I said, I don't hold
Oh,
it against him. I forgive him, and everything
man,
else to go with it, bro.
man, that's
So
what's
that's why I
up.
didn't.
Well,
That's why I
wait,
wasn't able to show up at the show. Okay.
man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you back, man. Man, you doing a little bit better because I know a couple months ago, yeah, you was yelling and it was nerves. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. So what we talking about is, brother CJ. You know what I'm saying? He was attacked by someone. Well, who was he? Well,
I
I
was attacked by a 46-year-old guy that was at my job who just got out of prison 30 30 days later.
30 days.
Yeah, he was only out 30 days.
So yeah, I got a picture of him, man. He
Yes.
was out.
Yes.
He was out. He was out for
Yeah, he
30
was.
days. But how long did he do?
Um. Well, when he came on the news, he did 20 years in the joint in Chicago, and
Mm,
then when he got out, he came here and did 7 years.
mm,
So his time was up. So he had to go into a halfway house, so to get him prepared to go out into the community,
and you was working
get
in the
on.
halfway house.
Yes, I was working in a halfway house um, that night because I worked overnights until that morning. I worked from 11 to 7, and I had to be back that day at 1:30 for the meeting. So I
Mm,
got there. It wasn't nobody there. So basically, it was a day. It was that same day it
mm,
had happened. Yeah, and that was the
Look at
time when
this.
I was there, laying on the bed. My wife, when I was praying, when I was saying that I forgive him, I forgive him. When I was hollering and screaming, she just bowed her head and started praying for me, man. I thank God
Mm,
for God sending me a prayer warrior. Um,
mm.
just sent me someone that's different, someone who I never was used to after all the relationships that I ever been in.
That's what's up, man. Well, man, I'm glad you're doing better, and I'm glad you happen to
I'm
be
trying
on
to
the
get there.
show. So we gonna get to the show,
I'm gonna
man.
get there.
We're gonna get to the
Yes.
show. So what have you been doing lately for the community, man? Talk to me. You
Ooh,
been getting out
man,
there, or you just been taking it easy?
I've been taking it easy. My doctor said they want me to take it easy, but they want me to get out and do a little things that I used to do because I tell people I don't know what I can do until I get out and do it. So I've been
That's
going
right.
to a couple of functions that I used to go to, and sometimes I would have panic attacks. Sometimes I would
Mm,
freeze up. Uh, I would lose, like my breath would be like, or I get stiff. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like
mm.
that, and or I have to now turn my back against the
Awesome. What
wall,
up? Mm,
so I can see everything, so I don't go into
yeah.
a panic attack, or so I don't have to go through
Mm,
that traumatic experience. Because I was with my father-in-law one day, and we was at uh, unfamiliar place. We went to go eat, and I was sitting down and I was eating. I ordered the food, and I seen somebody go behind me, and I froze up like so. In my mind, I felt the guy coming up with a pole hit me upside my head. You know,
it's a flashback.
the flashback from April 25th that had happened
Yeah,
to me. Yes, yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't
And
even know what had happened.
you know what? When you were saying that when you was floating, for like you was floating,
Yeah,
that's that vertical. You know what I'm saying? You had the vertical before, KKG. You never had that before? Yeah. See, I had it before, and that's how I feel. It feel like you float, it feel like the room like this. Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah, that
and that's
yeah,
definitely
out
back
of body.
back of the head. Yeah.
Yeah, out of body experience. He cracked my head open in probably like 10 places, my skull, and it
Mm,
left a big old hole in the back of my head, and stuff. And it's
mm,
still healing. It's taking time to heal, but every time it heal, I get sharp pains in my head, like somebody
mm,
is putting a needle in my head and trying to operate on
mm,
my brain. So I
mm.
still get that. Still have some walking. I'm still trying. I don't have the stability in walking,
The
so I
your motor
carry a
skills.
cane. Yeah, so I got to walk with a cane. So I graduated from the walker, from the wheelchair to the walker to the cane. Um, Still taking deep speech therapy. I'm still waiting on my glasses because you'll see that my eyes close sometimes because of my light sensitive, and I got to have glasses with. I have to have
With the
glasses
tent.
with tint on it, so my brain can be able to operate correctly or heal correctly. But if I don't get it, it's gonna take my brain longer to heal. You
So,
know.
so, dang, man, that's crazy. So, man, you had a lot of stuff going on, man. You gonna get back to it? Everybody be asking about the Yammy Bear. Everybody asking, man, what's up? This Snoop, he gonna do his preaching. He going live and he's preaching. I'm like, man, I don't know. Y'all can ask him. So, if anybody out there watching and y'all got some questions for Charles, go ahead and leave it in the comment and we'll pop it up and we'll get to it. We'll ask y'all. We'll ask the questions
Yes.
for y'all.
What was his reason for doing that to you?
What was that
Oh,
reason for
okay.
him doing that to you?
Um, you can say
That's a
that
good
the
question.
Bible says is that we do not fight against flesh and blood, but
Mm,
the principalities, this evil things, you know what I'm saying, in high places that's in a different realm. That's why he did it, is because he was dealing with demonic spirits already.
mm,
He didn't get the help that he needed while he was incarcerated. No telling what had happened to him when he was in Chicago. If he got
mm,
raped, he continued to get beat. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get none of the medical attention that he needed. And those right there, it could be the after effects of not getting your mental together and those
mm.
snapping out. You just
Yeah.
don't
She
know.
said, did he
It could have been
apologize?
anybody.
Right. It
No, he
could have
didn't.
been.
He said that he did it. He had the pole in his hand when the police came. He did say he did it, but he didn't give him a reason why he did it.
Hmm. Is he
So
still locked up
when
right now?
yes, they took him out of Armstead County and sent him back. I think he in Russ City somewhere. Not
Mm.
Russ City. He in another prison where they have mental housing at.
No, okay.
They couldn't keep him here because they were scared for his life. Um, because it happened to me. A lot of people had. They was really mad, man. People was really to take off
I
they
know.
cross. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
People was really to take off their hats. To
Mm-hmm.
do something to this man. And I don't want nothing to happen to him. I want him to get help. When the investigator talked to me and my wife, they said, "Look, we're gonna go with trying to get him first degree attempted murder," and we said, "Nah, we want him to get help." He was like, "He
Mm,
far beyond help." And I believe
mm,
God can do anything. I don't put limits on
mm.
God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
regardless of how long it take, I'm gonna pray for him, and I wish the best for him. I don't want to press charges or anything like that because he already bound.
Mm,
He already in prison.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And my wife just cried, 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 cried because they said that they found him, that the man said he is not. He passed beyond help, and he don't think nothing's gonna help. She just
yeah.
cried like a
I
baby,
mean,
man.
yeah, people don't understand, but like they say, man, you think you having a bad time? Lose sight of God.
Mm, yeah, 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 yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because
That part.
you can have a man. People have some mental issues, man. But dang, man.
We
I
all do.
mean, man, yeah, but man, man, it hurted me because you was doing so much for the community, man. And when I got a couple of pictures I want to pop up, man. When I see pictures like this, you know, and y'all
Yeah.
come through with the Yummy Bear, man, and y'all just coming up there doing so much good stuff for the kids. But when you see a picture like that, when you see that little kid like that, what was going through your mind?
what was going through my mind is the Christ love, Christ compassion.
What's up,
You know,
Jackie?
he's guilty of what he's about to come experience in this world, and may he rest in peace. He just died. He just passed away a
The
couple
little
of
boy?
days ago. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah. A little J2. He just passed away, man. A couple of days ago.
Oh man.
His dad hit me up in in the inbox because he a part of Truth to the Youth, you know,
Mm.
and him and his wife are Christian people, man, and
Hmm.
the baby
Hmm.
been in the hospital for a year. You know, and they said he was going to pass away then there, but he actually passed away a couple of days ago, man. And then the mom just had a baby yesterday. Yeah,
Mm.
so God will close one chapter and open up another one. How
Amen.
crazy it may
Amen.
seem. How crazy it may seem.
All right, Tasha had a question. It says something about what made you.
What made you forgive him within those seconds of getting attacked?
Mm.
Yeah, it was
What
just
made you forgive him?
right away.
Yeah, right
It's
away.
because the lifestyle. It because of the lifestyle that I live, and I practice forgiveness. So if I wronged anybody, or if anybody go wrong me, right there, um, you know, I will forgive because the Bible tells us to forgive. 70 times, 7 times, but not to count it. But God wants us to
Hmm.
get to a place where we don't have to count it. It just become automatically. When somebody wrong
Hmm.
us, we automatically forgive them.
That's right. I
And
mean,
then
I'm.
a, a pastor told me, he said, CJ, he said, what happened to you wasn't just for you, but it was a lesson for the believers and the unbelievers.
Mm.
How would they respond to what had happened to you? How would they
Mm.
respond if something happened to their family member? How would
Mm.
they respond if it hit their doorstep? How would you respond?
Mm. Mm. We probably wouldn't have had good intentions, because you worked there with anger. So a lot of people didn't have good intentions, and with the big heart and with your forgiveness, it definitely made us look at the whole situation different.
Yeah, because I
So
say this: if you model forgiveness and something, not just model forgiveness when it's convenient for you, but what about when
mm,
it's not convenient for
mm, that
you?
part.
You got thousands of people looking in, but they waiting on something to happen to see if you really who you say you are. Are you
Mm,
really walking that life the way you say, the way you doing, walking that life?
mm, mm,
See what I'm saying? So there can be a test thing right there, or it can be, it can be like Job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Job. That's his story. You know what I'm saying? I tell my wife all the time. I say, you know what? I can go into the Bible and hear everybody else's stories 4,000 years ago and
mm,
everything. But I want to hear the Charles Jackson stories, the Bud Whitehill
mm,
stories, the Monty
mm,
G stories, the
mm,
KG stories. You know what I'm saying? Them the stories I want to hear. The
mm,
modern day stories. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
That back there, that was them. I need to hear that moderate, like right now. How did they get through it?
mm,
What type of faith did they have? Everybody's faith is at a different level. You know what I'm saying? Their faith walk is at a different level. That's why I say your faith walk. Everybody listening, smelling, trying to see, peeking in, you know what I'm saying, looking in to see about your faith walk.
mm.
Not just on
Yeah.
social media, but when things is going on. I'm very transparent about my life. Very
Mm,
transparent. Not to one thing, you guys, is not to uplift me, to glorify me, but to glorify God. Right? A
mm,
pastor of mine say, CJ, what's the calling that God has over your life? And before this happened, 2 weeks before this happened, I told him, I said that God is using my hurt and my pain to bring hope in somebody else's life.
mm,
And then this happened. Once I started the Truth to the Youth, a week later, that's when I got hit. The same people we trying to get a hold of, the 14-year-olds, the ones at risk, he went to prison at the age of 14. So the enemy trying to stop us from trying to reach the youth, from going into the streets, from going into the prison. He trying to stop us from doing that. If he get the head, the body go fall. God has given me this 11 years ago. And 11 years ago, 9 months ago, we started. And we still going at it. You know what I'm saying? Some things are slowed down, but I got some faithful board members, man, that's there. You know, that's there. CJ, get rest. Whatever we can do, bro, this thing is going to be what. Can't tell you what God's about to do, bro. We ready now.
Yeah, we got another question. Who's that? Got Tasha Sunshine. She say, so do you know your purpose in life?
Yeah. I just said it, you know what I'm saying? To use my story, to use my trials and tribulations to bring hope in somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? And into somebody else's darkness. To lead people, you know, the youth from the dark pattern of that world and lead them to the righteous path. You know, it's basically my purpose is to have them have intimate relationship with Christ, the one that truly loves them, the one that's gonna be there.
Okay. So hey, in your journey with Christ, what did you learn about yourself? Because you wasn't always Brother CJ.
Right, I wasn't. I wasn't, man. I was all type of things. You know what I'm saying? So I think I can say what Paul said. I was all things so that I can bring someone to Christ. You know what I'm saying? So I was a drug dealer, drug addict, gang banger, all that stuff, but I still didn't lose sight of Christ. For the Lord. Already, when I was already in that lifestyle, because I knew that wasn't my destiny. So I became all things so that I might win someone to Christ from who I am now through my transformation. So they're like, man, I remember CJ was like this. I remember Snoop, you know, I remember the old Snoop. I remember, you know what I'm saying, and all that, but he's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not him, but God uses those things.
And so you know, I had another question.
So what I'm saying is never exclude yourself out of the will of God, even though you don't even know the will of God.
You got a question?
I do, but I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
All right. Hey, I had another question in the chat. They say, why do they call you Snoop? Or why did they call you Snoop?
Well, some people still call me Snoop. Right. Some people still call me Snoop, but my uncle said
no. How did you get the name Snoop?
My uncle said he gave me the name Snoop because I used to go around snooping. So, yeah. Uncle Kenyatta said he gave me that name. Yeah, and then he said you looked like a Snoopy. You know, I don't know what a Snoopy looked like, but.
All right, Tasha got another. She said, "What made you change?"
Woo, yeah, that's a good one right there. What made me change is that I was tired of being sick of tired. You know, something that people use, but it's not that. I lost my kids, lost my marriage, I lost my identity in myself, I lost my freedom. You know, I overdosed 5 times, went to prison 5 times. The time there, you know, my freedom not being there to be able to be with none of my 25 kids. Kids wanted to 9 of my kids wanted to the child protection. They didn't get taken. I gave them away because I didn't fight for them. The streets was more important to me than my own seeds, you know. So and that's I mean, I saying that I was destroying not just my family life, but the other people's lives that I didn't see. But God did show me by striking my own tree. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't understand things until it happened to us. And that's what made me the Bible real. It's gonna be those that come in your household that was gonna come against you. And my ex-wife came against me. That's the first time I'm like, oh man, the Bible is real. And I kept on, and while I was in jail, man, it was like these things was coming out the walls like evil spirits coming from the pictures because I praised her and not God. You know what I'm saying? I have all the pictures up here. And one day I came in the room and they was coming at me. And I was doing my Bible study early in the morning. I put the Bible down and I said, I ain't doing it no more. And God spoke to me. He said, if she have that much power over you, you don't need to be with her. And I took the pictures down. I took the pictures off the wall and only left D and Nunu pictures up there. And I prayed and the spirits went out that room. And that's when God had told me to go to Ezekiel. God say, I want you to go to Ezekiel 37, 1 through 14, the valley of the dry bones. He said, that's where I'm going to start your ministry. I'm going to clean you up. And then I'm going to take you from out of the place where you once was dead, not alive, unconscious. I'm going to clean you up. And I'm going to take you back. I'm going to allow you to go back into where the valley of dry bones and to speak that prophetic word over their life. Let them see you glorify God. So he sent me back to where I used to be, back in the trenches, talking to those that still struggling, still in bondage.
That's crazy. They're going to definitely say, what they should say, man, if Snoop changed, man, we can do it. So, you know,
everybody at their own time. And that's why when me and you was talking about the church. Oh, no, go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead. This your show.
No, go ahead.
No, we can get to that, but go ahead.
All right. So, we already at 30 minutes, man. We're going to talk to the streets. KKG, help me out there. Talk to the streets. We got Dory Ellis. We got Tasha Sunshine. No, she said 25 kids. She got 25 children.
Yeah, 25, all my seeds. Yeah, all mine's not no step kids, none of that. The street lifestyle, man. I wasn't really. I what's he say?
You got kids. You know how you get.
I ain't got no 25. Yeah. But, all right. So.
Yeah, you know how that happened, but it's nothing proud to say about I have 25 kids and never been a father in their life. Somebody else fathered them, you know, and then being in the street gang, using drugs, you'll date this woman, then date their friend, then date this woman, then they get pregnant, you move on to another city, you get this one pregnant, then you move on, you get that. That was my lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? That you know, instead of gang banging, I was more into the women. You know what I'm saying? It was like I'm a lover more than a fighter, but I can't fight. You know what I'm saying? But I was more into being around a lot of women than going to the meetings that we used to have.
So, okay. So, I mean, 25 kids. I guess you're moving around and going out of town. But
about 12 women. 25 kids, about 12 women.
Damn, what makes you sexual active like that? Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
My daddy, he said, my daddy got 10 kids. And I had told my daddy one day, I said, I'm going to have more kids than you. And that what sparked my mind is to have more kids than my dad. But I went overboard. Instead of having 10, 11, or 12, I went to 25.
Well, with the Tasha, she got Tasha Sunshine. Got another question. She say, "Do you have a relationship with any of them today?"
The ones that I have relationship with is one of them that's down south, and two of my kids that's in Minneapolis. Two of my boys, and another one that's in Texas. So I only have with four. I have a relationship with four. And my youngest one, Damarian, he'll be home in 4 months. He's been gone for 8 years, and I've been having I've been contacting him through Instagram for the last 8 years. sending him pictures and pictures of him, a baby with him and his mom, telling him that his mom loved him, even though she didn't say it. I would say she loved him. You know, we love you.
Yeah,
Get my life together so when he come home, I be mentally prepared, physically prepared, spiritually prepared. You know, and able to be able to, hey son, hey, what you need, hey, you know.
Hey,
And
how old was you when you first had your first kid?
15.
15. So at the
Yeah, I
age you're
just
at
got out
right
of jail.
now,
I had just got out of Job Corps.
mm,
Yeah.
15. So this is my favorite question. You already know. If you can talk to your 16-year-old self at the age you're at right now, what would you tell
What would I tell him? Hey, whatever you do, God go use it.
him? Okay,
Don't
okay.
think that you're not alone.
That's right.
You're not alone in
Yeah.
your struggles.
You got Shorty Low in the building.
Shorty low.
Yeah. We got Boo G, DeVille Thornton in the building.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I want we got Monk in the building.
What up, Monk? Monk.
He said block 4 for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Block
where
4,
y'all
block
watching
6,
from,
block
man? Where y'all watching
17.
from? I love him. He is the truth. Yes, he is the truth. Hey, so for the people, tell the people where they can follow you, your page, man, and you do your it says Snoop, what up, Snoop? Yeah,
What
see.
up, truth? Man, it's
Tell them
about
where
truth
they
to the
can tell them where you can find you at.
Oh man, you can actually you can find me everywhere on social media, or I might be physical in your town. I might be in the Yammy Bear in your town, but on social media you can find me on Charles Jackson, CJ Jackson, Charles Leon Jackson, Vachi C. Leon, um,
No,
Yammy Bear and Family, Yammy
there we
Bear,
go.
Truth to the Youth Mentorship Program. I don't have personal pages. All these pages is my lifestyle.
Mm, lifestyle pages. So yeah, man, y'all go follow him, man. I had a couple people say, man, you need to bring Yummy Bear to the show, man. Yeah, he
Yeah,
said to
Yummy Bear.
bring Yummy Bear to the show.
Yeah, Yummy Bear still healing, man. You know, earlier, when we was talking, I was talking to Monty, about who is the church and where is the church.
Mm,
And you know how God has put this on my heart a couple of days ago, and you know what I'm saying, and I know that the Bible say we are the church, so we understand that we are the church, and sometimes we would get so caught up in the building as the church, right? So the church is God. Okay, so we are the church, the
mm-hmm.
living church, breathing carriers of God's love, especially for those who are burdened, by the life difficulties. So we are the church. That young
Mm,
man that's out there smoking meth, that young girl that's out there that's snorting whatever fentanyl or using fentanyl or booty shaking, that is the church. The one that's snorting heroin and cocaine, using cocaine. The one that girl that's getting hurt right now. The one that's in that's in the foster home being mistreated. That is the church. You
mm,
understand me? It's the church that's being hurt right now. That's the church. And instead of judging that church, we are the church to help them know and to feel that they are the church. We
mm,
have to stop judging the church that's in them. Because you can go to a church building, okay, the church is, when you go to the church, you go meet church folks, you can go worship God, you can go get your learning, you can do that also in the church. You read your Bible, you praise God in the church. But quit judging the homeless. They are the church. God said, you know what God said?
I know.
He said that you know the disciples said, when did we close you? When was you in jail? When did we give you something to eat? He said, whatever you have done to the least of these, you have done to me. Christ is the church, and he's telling you to clothe and feed the church, to house the church. Do whatever you can for the church. He said these little ones will always be with us. They are the church. They hurting right now. They're in their room right now, splitting their wrists. The church needs to check on them. You are worthy to be checked on. You are worthy to be called. You be worthy to be able to pray over, to pray for. You are the church. You can go to the church. You can sit in the church, and the church will get dusty. That church ain't coming to your house. That church ain't got arms, ain't got feet to come to your house and check on you. We the church that got, we the hands and the feet of Jesus Christ. We the hands and feet of God.
Hey, so I got a question, man. Why do you think so many people nowadays are waking up now? Like, because people got so much things against the church house, but why do you think people waking up right now today?
I can't say why. I can see why I woke up. I don't know why they waking up. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be actually a question for them. Why is you waking up? But it might be, just say something happened to a family member. You know, just say something that happened to them. They might be on their last leg. They might be on their deathbed. You know, they might have heard so many people saying so many times, "Hey, these are the end times." Or they probably heard somebody say, what it say? The Bible said, people will become lovers of themselves. You see on Facebook, it's all me. You become lovers of yourselves and not lover of Christ. So we have to return back to our first love, where we have fallen from.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, I was born in the 70s, but in the 80s, you know, a lot of people, we ain't have cell phones like that, but people weren't taking the cameras and taking pictures of themselves.
Yeah, you're right. And the devices is the devil devices, man, and it's taking over our kids. And it's distracting us as well from our kids.
Man,
we're not in our kids'
part.
business. They going, they laid up, they late, you know, say they up all night, early in the morning. Where my phone at? Where my tablet at? Where my iPhone? Where my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The apple. Even though in the Garden Eden, it say it was a fruit, but we don't know what it was.
But it's still we thought it was an apple, and then they got the apple bit on the back of the
iPhone. Who told you to eat from that? I get an iPhone, then I give it to my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like
they jumping.
Gave it to her husband.
Man, they jumping out the body with it and grabbing the tablet.
Man, you cannot parent these kids. You can't teach these kids no more. You pacify them with it so they can leave you alone. Take this, leave me alone. Take my phone, leave me alone. No, you need your phone because you got important people that's calling you. You rather not take an important phone call, but you rather give your kids your phone.
And you know what? But like, you know, we trying to
throw it across the street. You better not disrespect me.
So you got to think about it like this, right? You get your phone, you get your kids a phone, and they stuck in a room, right? And you're like, well, my kids good because they don't be out in the street. But you didn't let the whole world in the room with your kid.
Yep, they ain't got to be out the street. Real talk. Yep.
The streets ain't wrong with them.
Yep. You letting all that demonic come into them. And then we think that we shielding our kids from the world. No, we got to let them experience the world. Let them go through whatever the world might come tagging at them. You can't cuff them like that because you're doing more danger to them than anything. You got to let them experience the world.
But the world changed.
Because once you get out there, the world go hurt them. The world go show them some stuff. Bro, the world is ready for them, and they ain't ready for the world. Know that song, Ready for the World? They ain't ready for the world, bro. They ain't ready for it. But I bet you they'll be making a prison for them. Bet you they'll be making a prison.
Yeah, they will. Hey, man, I want y'all to go follow Brother CJ, man. He doing good things, and let me pop up a couple more pictures because we already 45 minutes in. But you know, Yammy Bear.
One more question.
We got one more question. I'm gonna get to it, but I'm gonna show the Yammy Bear. This is the costume we be in, and this him. He be man. Go ahead, tell the people what you be doing.
This was the time we went out to Uvalde, Texas, when they had that 19 kids got killed at Robb Elementary School, and 2 parents, they was teachers, they also got killed, and there. And we went, me and Pastor Cecil went in to visit the elderly home there, and this lady, her family members was killed in that tragic incident, and we went and prayed for her before she passed away.
That's crazy.
So a lot of people goes into the hospital and visit kids and people that's dealing with heart transplant, brain transplant, kidney transplants, stuff like that. Visiting. Yeah, he was on a motorcycle and almost lost his life. He reached out to Pastor Cecil. Cecil reached out to me and said, "Hey, let's go meet this brother. He ain't even from Rochester. He got flew in on a helicopter to go to the Mayo Clinic."
That's what's up, man. Y'all bringing smiles to people's face, man. And this.
Oh, hey, my little man, Atreyu.
Yes.
Atreyu, man. He was 3 years old, man, and all his life he was on a dialysis, for a kidney transplant, and didn't nobody know that he was gonna live. And his grandmom seen us soon. We first opened up on the Yammy Bear family. She inboxed us and asked us, can we come and bring some love and joy to her grandson, man? And we went down there. They rejected us the first time, and we called her. That woman called up there, and she raised hell. She said, no, they coming to see my grandbaby. And she called. She said, go back. We went back, man. We went up in there. I'm dancing up in there. Caroline opened up the door, and he say, "Gummy Bear, Gummy Bear." His legs was moving and arms was moving, and I started dancing. And man, we got to sing it, and that became my little brother, my little hero today. He was in my wedding. He's walking now. Thought that he would never be walking again, walking because he never did. Oh, that's my man. That's my man. He inspires me just like all the rest of them, man. They all inspired me. When I was going through my bone marrow transplant, bro, I thought about them and all the thousands of pictures that I took with the people, bro, that gave me to continue to fight for my life.
That's what's up, man. See?
Just need something to spark to spark your life, to make you transform. And whoever that's out there that's listening, I hope that this podcast, if no other podcasts have touched you the way this one did, share it, be transformed, pass it to somebody else that might need to hear it. Or you can go buy my book. It's on Amazon. Save from Myself by Charles Jackson.
Yeah, we ain't got his book. Oh man, I thought I had his book up here. Oh man, that's what's up. And I got one more picture, man. You gotta send a shout out to your this ain't all the people on your team, but I got a picture
Oh.
with your team.
Yes, sir. Truth to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Hands up. You know what I'm saying? 10 toes down. They with me. They the one that's perfecting this ministry before we really take it to the streets. We all going through trauma healing, training, because we're going to be dealing with kids that been dealing with trauma. You know, so a lot of times, you know, you deal with children, you put a Band-Aid on them, you take them out for the weekend and do all that. But are you really getting to the root of the cause? I mean, of the problem? Are we really digging to the root? You know what I'm saying? Why you acting out like this? So we have to take, if you want to facilitate, you have to take these classes, because you're going to be dealing with your own trauma, and then you're going to be dealing with their trauma. You'll know what it looks like. You know what it talks like. You know what it smells like. And you know what it grows, how it grows. You know, yes. That's the difference from our youth ministry than others. But go ahead, brother.
Oh man, I just want to tell people, man, they can find your book on Amazon. There it is.
God meets each individual where they are at. But for me, he met me at the toilet of my jail cell. 2013, I was withdrawn from heroin and crack cocaine, and boy, I was throwing up, pooping on myself. I was flopping like a fish on the bed. You know what I'm saying? I went to that toilet and put my hands over it, and I seen the water. You know what I'm saying? Like water moving. The lights was coming from the fluorescent lights, and I was like, oh. Stuff, what, man, it was like my intestines was coming out me. Oh, praise the Lord. And and my eyes was getting blurry and everything, and nothing wasn't coming out me. And then I looked up under the toilet, and I thought it said church. I thought it said crunch, but man, in the illuminating words, oh, glory be to God, it said church. And right there, I had given my whole life to Christ. I surrendered. I made a covenant with my mouth. I made a covenant with my nose. I made a covenant with my feet. I made a covenant with my hands. I made a covenant with my whole being not to let that stuff into the church and the temple. Glory be to God.
So man, you know,
every day.
Yeah, that's me, man. You know, I'm just so happy, man, that you still here, bro. Because you're doing so much, man. I'm so proud of you, man. You know, I already know your story.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't know your story, so that's why I want them to follow you on Facebook and all your channels, because man, they you and your wife, man, y'all be doing so much. And I was like, dang, I hope my brother's story don't end like this. He be doing too much right now. It can't, God, this can't be it. You know, I was crushed, you know, and I'm all the way down here in Florida. So, you know, I didn't know what was going on. I was in the dark, and I was just like, Lord, this can't be it. They can't take my brother like this. No, not like this.
You know,
So,
bro,
yeah,
even
man.
if I would say that it wouldn't end, my story would have continued to keep going. There's no end.
Yeah, it will.
You know what I'm saying? Just like Christ, he did good, he died. His story still go. His story's still out there, right? Paul, his story's still out there. The disciples, their story still out there. Your story gonna be still out there. My story still gonna be out there until you leave this place. You was talking about what can you leave? I want to leave the story, my transformation. It ain't got to be something tangible, but it can be tangible here. They can always go to. The Yammy Bear, had the Yammy Bear made people feel, you know what I'm saying, when he was around them, you know, that approachable spirit, you know.
Yeah.
If I would have left today, bro, my story would not end. It would touch more lives than it's touching today.
Amen.
A brother told me, a pastor told me before we leave, the pastor told me, he said, CJ, it's only a few of these in the world. He said that you might be apostle of suffering. He said Paul was an apostle of suffering. You know, he said through your suffering, you bring light into somebody else's darkness to give them hope. And before that happened, that's when, remember I told you, my pastor Tier, one of my pastor Tier asked me, what was the calling over my life? What God had on my life? What was your purpose in your life? That's exactly what I had told him. And 2 weeks later, this happened to me. 4 months later, the pastor told me that I might be apostle of suffering. And when I say about the church, bro, the church came in and helped me. They brought food for my kids. They helped pay for my bills so we don't be out on the streets. Them the churches. Because I am the church that was hurting. The church whose life was always almost taken. My wife is a church. You don't know what my wife go through. My wife is ready to give up every day. That church is ready to give up. There's thousands of churches is out there that's hurting, that been through what me and you been through, where my mama been through, where my daddy been through, where Miss Hogan been through, where Kenyatta and all the rest of them been through. They are the church. And you that's looking, that's on here, remember, you are the church. You are not alone. God is always with you. He is closer to you than a brother, a mother, a sister, than anything else. Just reach out to God. Just reach out to God. Don't exclude yourself out of his will.
Yeah. Heard that. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, man, we got 5 more minutes, man. You know, I'm gonna get this time. You know, I usually ask you if you want to send a shout out to somebody. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you send me shout outs in these last couple minutes. I'm gonna ask the audience again. Do y'all have a question for brother CJ? All right, so go ahead and send a shout out to your people.
Okay, my first I want to send out to Jesus, who is my Lord and Savior. You know, give a shout out, you know, to my mom, my dad for having me, because during her situation in her life, she could have aborted me, and she didn't. Give shout out to my ex-wife for not believing in me. Give a shout out, you know, to others who didn't believe me and didn't believe in me and who I can become. And I send a shout out to my wife who believes in me, and my other family members that believed in me, and those who didn't believe in me, and those who still don't believe in me. I'd like to give out the shout to them as well. And give shout out to the hospitals, you know, the nurses, and for helping me to get back to where I'm at. And those, my 12 mentors, Pastor Andre and Pastor Tierre and Bud Whitehorn, you know, Keith, you know, my group, Pastor, you know, get around those that have a purpose, and you'll find your purpose. And I appreciate you for showing me how to use my hands doing videos, picture editing, and doing music. Because I told somebody, I tell them all the time, I don't know where I'll be. I just told Keith this 2 days ago. If my brother wouldn't have showed me that, I wouldn't even know what I'd be doing in my life right now, bro. All hands up, bro. I wouldn't know what I would be doing, because what you showed me distracted me from the world.
I know, you know, and it's crazy you say it, because I always tell people, you know, I built the studio. It wasn't to get rich or glorify the things that we went through and everything, but it was kind of giving my people I grew up with a safe place. And when I moved out of town, a lot of people that was in my studios rapping with me is no longer here, and they in jail or they dead. You know, and yeah, I think about that. That's crazy. So let me see, man. We got 1 more minute, so we got one more question, man. We got, what was that question, KAG? I don't see you no more.
How did the Yammy Bear come about?
How did the Yammy Bear come about?
3 years ago, I was out in Spring Valley. I just moved back from Columbus, Georgia, and I moved to Spring Valley with my wife now, Carol Ann, and I was working at a facility that was dealing with steel. And I was thinking about my son that was in that's right now in a foster home, and I said, God, I said, how can I be more effective in the kids' life in our community? I said, Lord, you already know I do visuals and stuff like that, and so He showed me an image of my cousin KG in the banana suit. So, and I said, oh no, I don't want to be in the banana suit. So I started laughing. So I started looking up mascots and stuff, and then none wasn't to my liking or who I am, the character who I am. And then I found one, and I ended up getting it made, and I called it Yammy Bear. It's called Yammy Bear means we care because you matter. And then I ended up getting it made. It came back 8 weeks, and then me and my wife went around the whole state of Minnesota within 6 days. But we went to 197 quick trips, so we had to go through 107 cities to get there within 4 days. I mean, within 6 days, bringing that love and joy. Yep, that's how it started.
Man, that's how it started. That's what's up, man. You know, well, man, we sit there and we did this hour of power with your boy Money G, man. I appreciate it. Man,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad you came through, man. I love hearing your story. I had some questions for you, but I ain't want to ask the question because I wanted to hear your story because I'm just like the guest. I mean, the people that's watching, I haven't heard it, and I'm your brother, your real brother. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard these things. So I'm glad you shared your testimony, you know. So and we appreciate what you're doing out there in the community, man. And we wish you hurry up and get well, and so you can get back out there, man. And you know what I'm saying. So yeah. So in
And
KKT, you got anything you want to say?
I thank you
I
and
do
KKG for
actually.
believing in me. Huh? What's he
Mm-hmm.
say?
I do actually have something to say. I just wanted to say that, Charles, I am very proud of you. I've known you for a very long time, and just sitting here watching you, the joy on your face, I've never seen that before, and it looks beautiful on you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too,
Mm.
sister-in-law, for being there for me and all the times you let me come stay with you guys when you didn't have to, because you believed in me when you didn't even know me, you know. And thank you for that cornbread with the what's that? The cornbread
Oh
with the
Lord, the honey bun
I
cake.
love it.
The honey
That
bun
cornbread
cake.
with the what is it?
Honey bun
With the
cake.
corn in it. The creamy corn with the
Oh,
cornbread with
Oh,
the
the
creamy
cream of
corn.
cornbread. Oh yeah.
Oh man, oh my God. Can't nobody make it like you.
I thought you were gonna say the
Hey
honey bun
man,
cake.
No, yeah,
I'm
that's
still
what's
trying to
up.
get my wife to get that thing down pat. She can't get it, man. Everybody just can't get it.
Man, it's all right, man.
Well, you know where we're at.
Yeah. So
Yes,
yeah,
I
when you
already
come back down here, man, we're gonna bring the Yemmy Bear suit, and we're gonna take you down the street, and we're gonna have you doing the sugar bump. You already
do the
know.
Yummy Bear float. Let me see you do the Yummy Bear
Yeah.
float. Let me see you do the Yummy Bear float, 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 float. Yeah,
Hey, I see
yeah.
the kids out there, man. I'm saying that's what's up. That's what I say, bro. You need to have your energy out there, man. So you know what I'm saying. Continue to get well, man, and we need you back on the block, bro. We need you back out there.
Real
That's
people
what.
recognizing real people.
Yes, sir.
Glory be to God. All right, bro. I don't
All right,
want to take
peace.
no more of your time because I don't know how
All
to
right,
tell
man.
time no more. I can't see.
Oh man. All right, man. Hey,
All
hey,
right, salute.
Jarrell,
Oh,
there go
okay,
Jarrell.
Jarrell. Hey, man, he was at the hospital. He came and seen me. He said, bro, I'm like, I didn't know he was. He was like, man, he hit my hand there. Man, he was like, bro, here go my number. We exchanged numbers. Thanks for checking on me when I was doing the walking thing. You know, he came and gave
Man,
me a
yes,
stool.
indeed.
Yep,
Man, that's
yep.
what's up, man.
Family, man. All
That's what's
give.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
love you, next
So,
time.
man,
Love
all right,
you.
love. Yeah.
All right, Miss Jackie. Yep.
Yeah, Jackie O in the building. I
Jackie,
appreciate
you with
y'all.
the bed.
All
Yes, we do.
right.
Blessings, fam. I don't know how to
Yes,
get out of
indeed.
here.
Yes, indeed. All right, I'm gonna get you out.
I guess
All right, peace. Mhm. Yo, what's up? This your boy Money G from the Fammission Podcast. You guys have my brother Snoop, Yammy Bear. You know what I'm saying on the podcast, man. He done missed a couple of podcasts because he had things going on. But this was a great podcast, man. I didn't ask him too many questions because I just wanted to hear his story. And I appreciate y'all being on a podcast with me to learn more about him that I didn't even know. So we learned together. We family. Welcome to the family. So until next time, man, it's your boy Money G, man. KKG, got anything you want to say before we out? Not at all? Not at all. All right, this your boy Money G. Let me want my outro at. It's your boy Money G. I'm out. Peace. Y'all be safe. Go watch what's that, Mike Tyson? Go Mike Tyson. All right, y'all. Peace.
I got the whole